good
more
as mine.
pressure on the economy coming from these higher rates. They're not willing to claim any progress in inflation yet. I think they'll see some more progress in the months ahead. But overall, this makes me feel more likely. I think it's more likely the Fed is in fact done, and they won't have an excuse to tighten
I agree.
further.
I don't
Kristen,
think we're
is this the
getting more.
hawkish pause you were expecting, or is it a more dovish one?
A
I
pause
think
is
the
a
way the
pause.
market is
Chill,
reacting
dude.
right now is a little more dovish, but we will see when we get to the press conference. I think ultimately,
No,
though,
it's
when
you
we're
buying
talking about
calls?
this question of whether there's going to be one more 25 basis point hike,
Always
Chair
bullish
Powell
when
always
Powell
said it was a
speaks.
question of
Speak
how
this-
fast,
I wouldn't
how
say
high,
always,
and for
but
how
that
long.
does seem to
And
be
I
a
think the
common
key question
reaction.
is really the how long question. And so what we're going to look to in terms of the press conference is really to any type of signals around how they're viewing inflation. Because when you look at how inflation is breaking down, yes, you may have, it's tough to see that path to 2%. I think you can see a path to 2.5%, but really when you look at the underlying components,
I'm
everyone's
looking if there's
focused
anything else I would
on
miss.
services, they're focused on owner equivalent rents. When you look at non-shelter services, you're actually within the historical mean. So you're around 2.8%. All of the other components are actually 2% or below, and you have that owner's
We're
equivalent
kinda-
rents with a
we're
lag.
coasting a
So there is an
little
argument
bullish,
that
but
composition of
mainly
inflation is
sideways.
getting you to a trajectory where you can see a path, and you can see a path to that 2.5%. Not quite at the Fed's target,
As I said,
but certainly
it's hit
something
a
that we want
little
to hear more
bit.
commentary about.
Paul McCulley, bring us
I
close
guess
to the
everyone's
finish
just
line.
waiting for Daddy
I
Powell.
agree with a lot of what's been said here, that the Fed
Whoa,
may
who is
acknowledge
this guy?
that financial conditions have tightened, so that's what we've all been
Is he still in
talking
his
about.
Halloween costume?
They also
This
acknowledge
doesn't
that the
seem real.
economy's been stronger than expected, so you
There's
put
no way
those
this
two
guy's
things
real.
for this car. Essentially, that's what Jay Powell
got-
bias itself is useful, and reminds me of 60 years ago when my dad would say, "Don't make me pull over this car." Essentially, that's what Jay Powell is saying. Don't make me pull over this car and do another hike.
They did cite the
Okay, brother.
So last year they said tighter credit conditions.
All right.
This time they cited tighter credit
Someone's
and
a little
financial
amped
conditions.
up, got
What
a
does that tell you,
little
the
bit.
inclusion of that language?
It says that they're getting better
Brother.
transmission of tighter monetary policy.
Whoop,
They just control
brother.
the rate, and then it's transmitted to
I like this
financial
guy.
conditions,
I like
whether it's
this
in the
guy.
banking system or in the financial markets. So they're getting better transmission.
I'll have two of
And I
whatever
think
he's
that's hugely
having.
important. If you can get the same degree of tightness in the
I'll have what
marketplace
he's having.
and the banking system with an unchanged Fed funds rate, then hallelujah, you're getting what you want, which is
Hallelujah.
tighter financial conditions. And the
Don't make
bias
me pull
keeps
over
the
this
market
car.
from wanting to
Hallelujah.
front run the Fed on the dovish side.
Steve, maybe this betrays
I like him.
naivety
I like him.
on this, but is there
Sign me
any
up for him.
surprise in the fact that there is nowhere in this statement are geopolitics or world conditions or the Israel-Hamas war mentioned whatsoever? Would have been way out there to have included a reference to it?
I think
Probably.
it's not a surprise in that all of my reporting, and I think probably the guests that you've been interviewing as well, Tyler,
Yields are
at
looking
the
heavy. The
moment have
10-year
a
yield's
hard
looking
time
heavy. The dollar
drawing
doesn't know what to
a
do.
line from the tragedies and the hostilities taking place in the Middle East to the U.S. economy right now. Ukraine has been going on for a long time. That level of violence
58%
remains
of you thinking
what
it was the
it's been.
guy's
What's
coffee?
happening in Israel and Gaza is new, but it hasn't had a market effect on oil prices. So to be completely clinical about awful human dramas, there is not a line. I did want to mention, Tyler, what's been happening in the Fed funds futures market, which is pretty interesting. A very slight bid, now a 34% probability now of that rate hike in March. So what they did is they took their anxiety about January, possibly like, and maintaining, this could be just a hedge,
check out
but it is
the
something of a
prediction.
bid out there. But more interesting what's happened here is that they took what was sort of a 50% probability of a cut in June, and now they
73%.
kind of skipped June, they skipped July, and now it's September with a cut. So what's I think happening here
Yo,
is
they
there
think
is a
we're
trade-off,
cutting in
and
September?
I think Powell
That's
is trying to make this trade. He says, you know
crazy.
what? I will trade you that next hike. I don't need to do that. I do need you to think about higher for longer.
Maybe
and
in
price that in.
July.
And I think that's the trade the market is taking and bidding right now.
Rick Santelli, anything you'd add?
No, I agree with much of what's said, but I think as I look at the markets, here's what I see. I
Do
see
you think there
virtually
might a
unchanged
30%
on
chance
10-year,
of us
maybe a
going up
basis
by
point
Jan?
lower on twos. which means that the
24%
Treasury complex
chance, a 1 in
pretty much
5 chance.
ignored or didn't see anything
1 in
new to
4
worry
chance,
about.
excuse me,
Equity
24%
markets are
chance,
darn close within
5.5.
10 points, the Dow Jones. So what
And for
I
the
see
December,
is that there are
mid-December
many,
meeting.
and I know this was discussed earlier, there's many who the tightening Fed doesn't affect. There's a lot of boomers out there that don't need credit. They don't have a mortgage. They're most likely not going to look for a mortgage. So we can't even get at that crowd. And I think that all the rest that are affected are going to continue to be consumers that don't necessarily going to start to slow down a bit. And I think some of the metrics for GDP were distorted by inflation. I think the Fed has done a pretty good job as of late. And I also do agree they're done. And I guess I'm a glutton for
Dipping
punishment,
now.
Steve, because I'll bet you another tranche of cheeseburgers that they don't have another hike in the cycle.
David Kelly, why don't you wrap it up for us here? Are you now persuaded that, well, they are done, you've said that before, but that higher for longer is the regime?
Yeah, I mean, if they follow their normal playbook, they're going to wait too long to cut rates. But that's how it works. So I think we, at some stage next year we might see some economic weakness. We may trip into recession. The economy is going to be growing slowly anyway. But my guess is that when they cut, people are going to say, "You waited too long to cut."
Yeah, I remember you saying this 2 years ago,
Not
David.
a-
You said
a
what
normal
happens here
unit
is they
size.
wait too long to start, they go too far and keep it there, and they stay too long before they pull away the regime. David
Out
Kelly.
of sync.
Yeah, David Kelly, Chris and Bitterly, Jim Caron, thank you very much. And we are minutes away, and Stephen and Rick as well. Minutes away from comments from Fed Chair Jay Powell. We'll get some more.
All right, market's dipping a bit. The SPY, I mean, just the announcement came at 2. So the SPY was at 420.30. We popped up to 421. We're now dipping to the swing low at 1240, and that was at 419. So it's kind of barely moving. The SPY goes up 75 cents, it goes down $1. We're bouncing off of that. The Q's, the pivot line is a little bit closer to, where's the pivot line? 353.75, we're 30 cents under it. It went above it, below it. The dollar had this weird action, goes up, gets hit. Bitcoin slowly grinding to the upside. And then if you look at yields like did dip.
Baby,
Hello?
you about to leave?
No, we're just waiting.
How long?
We leave at 3.
You leaving me?
I'm leaving you, baby.
You break up with me?
I know break up with you.
Oh yeah?
Ay, baby, ya para.
What you think you doing, baby?
What am I doing? We're gonna go see my grandma get buried?
Baby, you won't be away from me for so long, baby.
I know, I am showing you love, but you wanna be dumb and say dumb stuff.
You don't want me.
Ay, John, please.
Yeah, what? Oh yeah. You're not gonna be able to talk to me?
Yeah, baby. I'm gonna connect my phone once I get over there. And if anything, I'll call you every once in a while. Alex has automatic connection once he gets over there.
You're not gonna miss me.
Huh?
You gonna miss me?
Yes, baby, I'm gonna miss you. You go.
What y'all doing?
Waiting.
Y'all eating crap? Y'all eating shit?
Yeah, we're getting chicken stuff.
Alright, baby. Everybody's going. Everyone?
I mean,
Everyone.
Zamir?
Except my tío Chino.
Why?
And tío Neto. My tío Chino has to stay here because his baby's still at the hospital. And then my uncle tiene he doesn't have papers as well.
Is Theo Neto's, I mean Theo Cheno's mom is the one who passed away?
Yeah, my mom's mom.
Hi, baby. You know what that is for him? His baby's in the hospital and his mom.
I know, baby.
Hi, baby. Hi, Michina. Who you sitting next to on the plane?
Next to Leo.
Good luck.
I know. Thank you.
Why?
It's very well needed. And I'm just sending me good luck because I'm sitting next to you. Nah, I'm playing. Alright, bye, baby.
Bye. Why you guys want to hang out so bad?
Because my mom is calling me and there's like family members in the same, like.
Okay. It's not time yet.
Alright, baby, but my mom is calling me.
Bye.
Bye. No, Nami. Come here, Nami.
You tell me.
I love you, baby.
I love you.
Okay.
Bye. You know, nobody heard that. Yeah, buddy, let's get into some trading. All right, let's get to it. The 1 minute. Scary up. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Shut up. Big retracement. Up in macro, we're becoming a little bit bearish. See where view up is at.
Bye.